You all ready for the roll call?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. Good afternoon. Mr. Brennan,
Present.
Mr. Rickerman,
Here.
Mr. McDowell,
Yes.
Mr. Duval,
Present.
Mr. Vine,
Here.
Mr. Davis.
You muted, Mr. Davis. But we can't read your lips. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Mayor
I don't know,
Benjamin.
the lighting in my office is screwed up.
I'm present, ma'am. Thank
Somebody
you.
fix it.
Thank you.
Rev, would you give us a quick word, brother?
Yes. For this day and for all you've done for us. For this city of ours who continues to expand and grow. We ask, Lord, that you might sensitize us to the needs of all of our constituents. Touch us in meaningful and grateful ways that we might sense your presence as we deliberate. We ask it in your name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. With a motion, Mr. Duval, you want to make a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move that we adopt the agenda with the amendment of adding an executive session prior to the first item under 30-40-70A2 to discuss COVID-related items.
Thank you. Moved and properly second. Any discussion? Move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan,
Yes.
Mr. Rickerman,
Aye.
Mr. McDowell,
Yes.
Mr. Duval,
Aye.
Mr. Vine,
Aye.
Mr. Davis,
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin.
Aye, thank you. We are taking up ordinance number 2020-093, emergency ordinance extending certain emergency ordinance related to COVID-19. I think Mr. Duval, you have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move approval of ordinance 2020-093 with the following amendment. In paragraph 1, after the words face coverings, add the phrase which cover the nose and mouth. In paragraph 2, line 2, after the words face covering, add the words which cover the nose and mouth.
Thank you, Mr. Duval. All right. The ordinance with the amendments is proposed. Is there a second to Mr. Duval's? Once you make a motion for passage with the amendment, Howard.
I move we pass with the amendments as stated.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Discussion period by council, and then I think it may be most appropriate maybe to hear from any constituents who decided to call in and share their opinions. Any discussion from council? I know I speak on behalf of all of us. This is we're still working our way through a very difficult time in this country and in the world indeed. And for people who share so many different opinions on this, we recognize that that we have an economic crisis that's caused by a public health crisis. And if in fact, if we continue to work together to get our arms around the public health crisis, the economic crises will deal with themselves, educational crises will deal with themselves. But it's going to take all of us doing that much more. And this is a goal to stress accountability through our collective responsibility. So I want to thank our council. Really want to thank our amazing team of fire marshals and other public safety officers working arm in arm with our business community and our partners at USC and the other colleges and public health professionals in helping us get there. We know we're not where we want to be, but we certainly know we're never going to get there unless we do it together. Madam Clerk, do we have any citizens who called in wanting to have their voice heard on this issue?
No, sir, not at this time.
All right, there's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion of council? Seeing none, we'll move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan,
Yes.
Mr. Rickerman, Mr. McDowell,
Yes.
Mr. Duval,
Aye.
Ms. Devine,
Aye.
Mr. Davis,
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin.
Aye. And I'll say this again, some of y'all get tired of me saying it, and in a world that at times can seem incredibly divided, including people of goodwill who may seem to see the world very differently. I love the fact that we have a council that does not think alike. Good, strong, dissenting opinions supported by oftentimes by competing data, but we find a way to work it out with high quality staff that gives us some guidance. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for your continued leadership. Let's keep moving forward, and let's make Columbia healthier and safer and more economically prosperous. If there's nothing else, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move, we adjourn.
Second.
Is there a second?
Aye.
All right. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan,
Yes.
Mr. Rickman,
Aye.
Mr. McDowell,
Yes.
Mr. Duval,
Aye.
Ms. Devine,
Aye.
Mr. Davis,
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin.
Aye. Y'all take care.
Thank you, everyone.
You too.
Great
Mr. Ritchie,
weekend.
give me a call, please.
Ms.